All right, hopefully you guys can hear me. I went back to OBS and with the new camera. But yeah, went back to OBS versus the Streamlabs. So hopefully you can hear me well, and yeah, just go with this. So at least I can see my chat with OBS where I couldn't see it on Streamlabs. Um so I'm trying something new. I'm still obviously trading the strat, but I'm trying something new that I was reading about, and that is the 500 tick chart at night, and then 1,000 tick chart during the day. Um it honestly didn't go so well today. Because I was, as you can guess, trading at work and blew my Bulenox account. Blew my Bulenox funded account. Blew Top Step account like that was less than $200 away from passing. However, on the funded accounts with Apex, I made $450 in one account and almost 300 um in the account tonight, and I'll try to bring those up. I have to open Windows on Parallels desktop for that to bring that up, but I'll try to bring that up and show you. But yeah, so that's that. Hey, at least I made real money, right? But yeah, I did blow my Bulenox account. Wasn't too happy about it, but it is what it is. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna like the tick chart. I've just got to get used to reading it. Um, but yeah, the market moved very fast today. Had I been in a place to realize that we were having an outside day, um, then I could have reacted accordingly. But um, work was absolutely insane today. I did not plan on the day that I had. It is what it is. Um, you know, I mean, my job comes first. That's what pays the bills. So, um, yeah. But anyway, such is life. But my goal obviously is to rack up some more payouts, and so I just need to be more disciplined and not trade when I'm distracted. That's pretty much the gist of it. With that said, I think we're gonna put on a put on an NQ here. Let's see if we can get above some of these moving averages here. On this tick chart, now this is a 500 tick chart, which means each candle is worth 500 ticks, which um, can sometimes be better or worse depending on how you look at it. I mean, we were just basically barcoding right here in this section. Um, I'll put it up against a regular chart so you can kind of see how different it looks. But, so there's 4 ticks to a point. So, you can do the math on that. What is it? 500 divided by 4. So 125. So yeah, so each one of these candles is worth, like, I mean, it's a lot of points. It's not just reading like, you know, 5-10 points. I mean, within a time-based chart, like it's just different than a time-based chart for sure. So a tick chart, it may take a little bit of adjustment on my end to get used to it. But yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a fair shot, and see how I like it compared to time-based charts. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like a lot of trading is an experiment, right? you have to experiment with what works and what doesn't work, and what works and doesn't work for you. So yeah, I don't know. We'll try it out and see. I will put a stop loss on here. So we'll put a stop loss on here. About 20-30 points. Uh, I mean, I'm always probably gonna think in terms of points versus ticks, but I don't know. I'm just giving it a shot. It was something I read, and for $15.75 technically, with my code Blues Trades, you can get a Bulenox account. Try this out for yourself. So, you get the 50K trail. It's literally $15.75. So, that's all. That's all you got to. That's all you have in your experiment if you just want to try an account. And it's a perfect time to 91% off. I'm kind of the person who needs to try it with real money. Like, uh if I'm just paper trading, that's not gonna work for me. I need to have a little something on the line. I need to have a little skin in the game, as they say. Apex is not running a sale to my knowledge, so actually let's see. Are they? Are they? Aren't they? I mean, I don't plan on buying any more accounts until they run another sale. At least at minimum 80% off, but I'll just keep the accounts I have. Um I do have some that will renew, but not until like middle of August. And I gave up on the wealth charts, and the reason for that is because I'm gonna move my stop, as a responsible trader should do. um, but I gave up on the well charts because I really do like to use limit orders, and it was blowing through my limit orders and not picking them up. Whereas on the rhythmic side with Quant Tower or with Rhythmic mobile app, it was picking them up no problem. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's Will Chart's fault. I don't know. I just know that, and maybe it was user error. That's completely um viable. So it very well could have been user error. But it wasn't picking up my limit orders, and I didn't like it. So I just said, okay, I'm gonna go back to Rhythmic for my Apex accounts, and work those that way. All right, gonna move my stop just barely above break even. Again, this is a tick chart. It's a 500 tick chart. It may take me out right here, but I'm just really trying to get used to this tick chart versus a time based chart, because there we go. I took my stop, but hey, at least in profit. Um, I'm trying to get used to a tick chart versus a time based chart. Just for several reasons. Because it gives you a lot of data about what is really occurring with price. On a tick chart versus just a time based chart. I tell you what, you can definitely tell where your broadening formation is on this tick chart. Um, right there, which, as Rob Smith would say, the creator of the strat, you got to get out of here. So yeah, broadening formations, meant to expand price, or price is meant to expand the broadening formation. This right, huge TTO appeared today. Uh, and yeah, like I said, I mean, if let's see if I can just open up another, I should be able to open up another window here. Let's change this to, I should be able to change this to a, I want to, I want to change it to a, I should be able to change it. I should be able to change it to a time. Yeah, okay, then this stayed the same. Okay, that's good. All right. So this is a time-based chart. Here this is the hourly chart. So obviously I can see the TTO here at about 2 o'clock this morning. Um and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will keep a time-based chart up against a tick chart and then just kind of compare and let's do this science experience this way. I mean, you can tell with a time-based chart here on the hourly, this previous hour was two down but it was a hammer. So likely we'll come back inside here and then potentially up where tick based chart. Like I said, I was going for initially above the moving average. And let's just try it with a little bit smaller size here. Um, we'll just do an MNQ. Let's do three of them. So, actually, I want to do three total, not four. Okay, so yeah, we'll just do a so let's do the tick chart versus the time chart on MNQ. Um, I don't. I'm assuming that ES is going to be the same. We'll take a look at it. ES hasn't moved as much tonight as NQ, but that's usually the case. Anyway, I mean ES, you guys know ES moves much slower than NQ does. ES, so on average, uh NQ. Okay, so we got an outside bar here on this 500 tick chart. Naturally, I always get caught. I don't know how it happens that I get caught in outside bars. Like, oh my gosh. Anyway, sorry, that's not an outside bar. That's a two-up red. But anyway, nonetheless, NQ moves 60% faster than ES. 60%. So that's why for the long and still honestly, like on a funded account, I will only usually use some micros. Um Versus, on an eval, I mean, I'll do some minis all day long just to try to get the darn thing passed. But on a funded account, I will usually just do some micros. Um and then I may do like one ES mini. All right. Okay. I think I can get used to a tick chart. Definitely moves faster than a time-based chart. So you do have to keep that in mind. It does move faster than a time-based chart because again, you're using 500 ticks worth of data, and the post I read, it was a guy on Twitter. The post I read, he said that here's the thing with buy stops and sell stops. Those absolutely work. They do. Um I just like limit orders, especially if I can't watch it. And because if you're getting in and out at market, then you're you've definitely got some slippage. But I don't know. I'm kind of liking the tick chart. I again, it's I think it's gonna take some time to get used to. Um, it could give a more precise entry. Yeah, see, that came back down fast. That rejected fast. And you actually saw it faster on the tick chart versus the time based chart. At least for me. But we're just in two micros here, not gonna hurt the account with two micros, so yeah, tick chart definitely is probably gonna take some getting used to versus the time based chart. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Laughter, exactly. 60% faster losses. Yeah, been there many times, many times. Probably too many, too too many to for comfort. I'm like, what happened? Why is my account blown? I didn't do anything. Yeah, one Trump tweet. What was that? I was learning to trade options in his first term. Let that one sink in. Yeah, that was it was like it really was something. I mean, it was like what happened? I don't know. I feel like I don't know for my brain. I don't know if tick charts are gonna be good or not because like time based charts, I feel like you can be a little more relaxed. You know, these tick charts are whew, it's wild. It's like watching a minute chart on crack. I mean, it's moving so fast, it's crazy. And the 1,000 tick chart today during the day was wild.
Order filled.
But I will say this: it seems like you can get a really precise entry, so not terrible. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna stick with OBS. I Streamlabs was like I couldn't see my chat. I don't, I'm sure obviously there's ways to do it and the people's streams I watch that, you know, are on Streamlabs, like they look really cool, but they can make their little, you know, they can make their likes and subscribes and all that kind of stuff and please do like and subscribe to my channel, but they can make all that go really fast through the chat and link all their affiliate links and all that kind of stuff, but and it's just yeah, I don't I'm gonna have to do some education on Streamlabs to figure all that out. So I think I'll just stick to OBS for now. I mean, it was kind of cool because I did like a little starting scene and, stream starting soon and all that kind of stuff. But also, kind of interesting, my viewership went down when I was on Streamlabs. So I don't know what that was about. Um, yeah, I don't know. All good. Um, Yeah, I think I'll just use the tick chart along next to the time based chart. I think I like that combination. Obviously have a lot of work to do here. This is the Bulenox account. I just bought it earlier tonight. Um Use my code Blues Trades. You can get it for less than $16, $15.75. If once you pass it, you have to pay $140 activation fee. Again, not terrible. Um so you're cheaper than Top Step. Um, I think my funded futures right now is probably the cheapest one because theirs is like 65 $70 all in or something. No activation fee. But I don't like their funded account, and for me, not for me. um, because I like to scale in and out. Like, for instance, with these micros tonight, I've scaled in and out, and I like to scale in and out of trades. Well, with them, you can only do up until you're above $1,000. You can only do 5 micros or one mini. I don't like that. I mean, it probably keeps you from blowing your account, but I don't like it. So, not it's not gonna be for me. I gave it a shot and I tried it, but not gonna be for me. So, you know, it is what it is. I the firms I'm sticking with is Apex, Bulenox, Top Step, Day Traders, and Take Profit Trader. So those are the firms that I'm sticking with. I'm happy with all of those. There's pros and cons to each. I've been with Apex the longest, and for the longest time, I was also loyal to Apex. Always gonna have Apex accounts. Like, there's no other firm out there that you can scale as much as you can with Apex. Like, it's just not possible with any other firm. But I like the rules better at Top Step than I do Apex, and I like the rules at Bulenox, and I like the ones at I like Take Profit Trader because you can get same day payout above your buffer. They don't ever say that's just a little small print. But you can take same day payout as long as you're above your buffer. So I do like that about Take Profit Trader. Man, I tell you, on a tick chart, it seems like we've traveled a long way, right? But we really haven't. I mean, we've traveled what, 30 points maybe? Yeah. Yeah, about 30 points. But it seems like we've traveled a lot. Whereas a time-based chart is like barely moved. Barely moved. Hour chart, little slow turtle there. But I think for precise entry, this tick based chart is nice. Like, I feel like you could get some really really precise entries on it. So if you're new to my channel, I do trade a system called the Strat. Rob Smith created it. He passed away a couple years ago, maybe about 3 now, and time is flying. I was just talking to one of my friends about that. But yeah, so I do trade the Strat that he created and taught, and also learned a ton from Sarah Strat Sniper. Um, and yeah, so but that's what I trade. I'm gonna put a stop in here, and we'll trail it up and go from there. But yeah, I think I'm digging the tick based chart. I think I could probably get used to it. Maybe, let some data play out, and then enter. I mean, not a bad entry right here. Actually, I think it's a good entry. But yeah, um It'll take some getting used to, but so does everything, right? So does everything. For the longest, though, and I don't know why, my brain has operated at a we need to go against the grain contrarian mindset. I'm not sure what that's about. uh Trying to figure it out, but yeah. So far we have what the strat would call a two down red day. I figured we would either be two down or or back inside. And we started up here, came all the way down here, now we're back. Probably to touch some of this liquidity here at 23, 326 here, 27 and three quarters. They're on MNQ. I really wish I had seen that we were having an outside day because I could have played it accordingly. The account with your code is $16 to renew every month for the same price. Yes, it does. It'll renew for $16 for $15.75. You get to keep your quarter um, until you pass it. I think you can only have 5 accounts with them though, so just check. But I'm almost certain you can only have 5. And I think the way they do theirs, I mean, you can have as many evals as I think you can have as many evals as you want, but for their the pro account or the max account, I'm not sure what they call it. Heck, I just had one and I blew it today. What was it
Order
called? Their
filled.
master account. For their master account, you I don't know, it's some weird rule about like until you I don't know if you're over the buffer or if you're take a withdrawal and then you can activate another one. I don't know, it's something weird like that. So that's kind of the only downfall there that I can see. That's the only con I can see. They I mean, they have good rules. Yeah. Overall, like I feel like they have good rules. Um you know, I feel like Apex had the best rules until they started implementing more rules. I mean, but their house, their rules, so to speak. You just gotta trade within their parameters. I mean, if you abide by their rules, um, then there's just no other firm that you can scale with like Apex. And my coupon code works on Apex as well. Blues trades on all the accounts, but they're not having a sale right now, so I would just hold off. Just hold, you know, just hold off until they have a sale, and then you can buy another one. Let's see if we can get. I'm gonna just do
Order
a
filled.
micro. Let's see if we can get up to 27. I will put a. Let's see if we can just even get close, right? Like let's just do I see NQ likes to move actually in threes. People say it moves in tens, but it really likes to move in threes, believe it or not. So I'm gonna put a sale right there. We'll just do one micros, do the little science experiment. Um yeah, so wait until Apex has a sale before you use my code, please. I don't want you paying full price. It's ridiculous. But I say that to say this. If you trade by Apex's rules, you will get paid. They will pay you. They will pay you. People say, "Oh, they don't pay." Da, 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 da. They pay. You just gotta play by their rules. But I do like that Top Step lowered their 5 days of 200 to 5 days of 150. I mean, if you're trading micros, that $50 makes a difference. I mean, I've made $50 on that last trade. But yeah, that $50 makes a difference if you're trading micros for sure. I mean, well, even if you're trading a mini on ES, that's 1 point. So yeah, that makes a difference, I think. So I'm glad they lowered that. And yeah, uh this girl right here was $200 away from passing her top step account, and guess what happened? Got busy at work. Couldn't close my trade. Yep. And the market did this and liquidated. There went my top stepping out. Thankfully, it wasn't a funded one because I'd have been really mad. Hence why I like limit orders because I can put a limit on there and I didn't. But it's all right. If I couldn't afford the $49, I wouldn't have bought the account. That said, those $49 add up real quick if you do it a few times a month. I limit myself, um, usually limit myself to $150 a month that I can spend on accounts. So this month I've practically spent that. Actually, I spent a little more than that because I bought a couple, bought a couple Top Step accounts, and I've bought some Bulenox accounts at $15. I did activate two Apex PAs on the monthly basis, so that's $85. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with doing the $85 on Rhythmic a month. Um, until I get consistent payouts because I figure I would rather spend the 85 than the 140. So that's my theory on that. I go with Alpine Trader's theory on that. He did the same thing when he first started trading the Apex accounts. He would do all monthly, and then, because once you get the payout, then $85 is nothing, when you're withdrawing anywhere from 500 to $1,000 or $2,000 for the month, then are you really worried about your $85? I mean, I'm not. So yeah, that's just kind of my theory on there. Until I can, I mean, if I keep the account 3 months, well, heck, I mean, if I keep the account 3 months, and I'm paying 85 times three is $255. Well, even one little measly $500 payout more than doubles that, is double that. So yeah, I would just rather do the $85 to activate the account versus the 140. If you do the Trade of Eight ones, they're a little more expensive. The wealth charts are the exact same price as the rhythmic ones. But there's I think there's pros and cons to wealth charts. There are some things I like about it. I know people think I'm crazy. There are some things I like about it. But again, it wasn't picking up my limit orders, and I'm not sure if it was user error or something, but I didn't like that it wasn't filling my limit orders in my rhythmic in the rhythmic accounts were. So that's why I chose to pretty much go back to Rhythmic on the Apex accounts. How much is Bulenox activation fee on the I'm sorry, on the 50K? It's $140. But right now, Bulenox is cheaper than Apex because Apex doesn't run a sale. When Apex is running a sale, they're honestly about neck and neck. All right. Well, that's close to 23. It almost hit it, almost to the tick. It hit what, 20 21. Let's see if it'll push right here from 21 to 23. Yeah, I think I like this tick chart, but I also really still like the time based charts. Again, just something kind of got to get used to, right? Probably the same data, but I guess it's just a different way of reading it, you know. I don't know. I read the post by the guy, and I mean he just got paid 200 something thousand dollars by Apex, so obviously it worked for him. I just wanted to try it out and see what see how it looked, see how the data looked. Uh, I think I like it, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep comparing them. Let's just put it like that. I'm gonna keep comparing them. Glad I was in a micro and didn't get. Yeah, I mean it literally came to 21. It literally came to 21, and I have my order at 23. We'll see. We'll see if it pushes 23 right here. Yeah, just something I kind of noticed about NQ though is that everybody says, "Oh, it likes to move in 10-point increments." Yeah, but it also likes 3-point increments. So like 369, kind of how Nikola Tesla said the key to the universe was 369. That was like a code. Um, so mm, if it goes through 21, we'll see if it comes to we'll see if it comes to 23, 26, and 29. We'll see if he's right. Obviously, he knew nothing about trading, but he said it just kind of crossed my brain the other day. I'm like, something I noticed, and yeah, I was like, oh well, Nikola Tesla said that the key to the universe was 369, so oh, let's see if it works. If anybody has any questions about the strat, feel free to drop it in chat. I'll be happy to answer your questions about it. So outside day, you either get 2 down or you get back inside. And so far we've gone 2 down on the day, night, which means it could potentially expand. It could potentially, this 2 down could get bigger, and with non farm payroll in the morning, possible. I can't say what's going to happen. I have no idea what their numbers are going to say. However, I'm probably going to do this right here.
Order filled.
Probably gonna set out a few little orders. If we come up, I will sell it, and if we come down, I will buy it. Looking for probably little areas of interest where the market might bounce. And because these are micros, should be okay. My channel is obviously, as you saw the disclaimer, for entertainment purposes only. Trades are on a delay, and you should never copy trade off of somebody on the internet. Guess what? It took my order at 23, and we came up and touched the liquidity here at 27. Bulenox's payouts, I don't know. I haven't been paid out yet. I haven't gotten one to pay out. I literally bought the accounts this week. So I've had one funded so far, and I blew it today. I haven't been paid out yet by Bulenox. I have a whopping less than $200 in invested so far in Bulenox, so I'm good with it. I'm fine. My last payout was with Top Step. It was $750 a few weeks ago. I think I do like the tick chart. I'm gonna try it a little more. Fortunately, I've got to work during the day again tomorrow, so I will not be touching my funded accounts at all. I wish I could lock them down. In fact, I may go into Rhythmic tonight and just set, just basically set it where um I can't touch those accounts. I mean, I don't plan on touching them anyway, but I think I'll just go in and set the risk parameters so that basically, no trades can be taken on those accounts tomorrow. Um, I don't mind rolling the dice on some evals, especially $15 with Bulenox. Uh, so probably buy one more and roll the dice on NFP on that, and yeah. But yeah, definitely no funded accounts tomorrow. No PA accounts. I'm happy with those balances for the week, so not gonna touch those. Man, really wish I would have went short at 27. I would have been nice on 6 points, 7 points, 8 points. We have a new 4 hour candle coming up here in about 20 minutes. We'll take a look at the 4 hour candle. Two down red, but a doji. Whole lot of downside. The Strat calls this a pivot machine gun. You got 5 pivots all the way down. Um, Pivot machine gun is, I will show you this right here. We'll just do array. There's one pivot. So we're going from the lowest. But there's one. There's two. You could technically call this two, then this three. So if you have no clue what I'm talking about, you can look it up. I think Sarah did a video on it. Rob, of course, the creator of the Strat, did a video on it, but it's called PMG or Pivot Machine Gun. And they will explain it, but it is 5 pivots in a row, up or down, and it works across all time frames. That's the beautiful thing about the Strat. It works across all time frames. So actually, we got one right there where my limit buy is. I just noticed that, but you might could call this one as well. But basically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So five pivots up or down. And what happens is price will take them all out. Not saying it'll happen tomorrow. You know, I don't have the magic 8 ball on what non-farm payroll will say, but there is a nice little pivot machine gun lined up. So back at the 26-27 area, if they keep buying tonight, then this area of interest here at 357 will be important to me. And then, you've got more liquidity up here at around 387, 388 area. I do like on the tick charts, though, like I pointed out earlier, how you can really see the broadening formation. And I drew that out earlier on this chart as well. And then, how you could just see, price will expand. It's, eventually meant to break that broadening formation, but you will trade within the broadening formation until you break it. Also called a megaphone pattern. All right, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. My code Blues Trades will work at Apex Bulenox. The link for other firms are in the description of the video. But yeah, my code will work at Apex and Bulenox. And yeah, so feel free to use it. Again, Apex isn't running a sale just yet. Right now, they just ended a 90% off. So I would wait until they run that sale to use that code. But yeah, I would appreciate it. That's how it helps my channel grow, is if you like, subscribe, and use my coupon code at the prop firms. And yeah, just feel free to tell your friends and share the videos. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys ever have any questions about the Strat, you can feel free to hit me up. I'll be more than happy to help you. One of the beautiful things about the Strat is that Rob designed it to give it away, and that was one thing that really attracted me to it. He wasn't charging any money to teach the Strat, and I really appreciated that because, I felt like, all these gurus out here charging you tens of thousands of dollars to teach you how to use something that more than likely doesn't work anyway. And here this guy was giving it away. and I knew it had to be something because he was giving it away for free. So I also teach it. I wouldn't say I'm the best teacher when it comes to the strat, but I feel like I have a really good grasp on it. I learned from Rob, and I also learned from Sarah Strat Sniper. She has a whole course on it, as well as Alex's options. He teaches it on his channel. They also have a channel together called Stat Trading, not Strat, but Stat Trading. And they have a whole video course on the strat, and then also Adex trades. He has a video series on the strat as well. On the weekend, you can also tune in to Strat Soldier. He teaches the strat, so there's a whole army of people who trade the strat, and most people who trade the strat will willingly help you for free. um, Again, that was just, big thing that Rob had. And I mean, Adex does charge for his Discord. Alex and Sarah also charge for their Discord, but they do have a free side of their Discord, so you can, go in there and ask questions as well. And tons of people be happy to help you. But yeah, that's just one of the wonderful things about the strat, and it works across all time frames, all tickers. Anything you throw at it, the strat will work. So that's the other thing I really like about it. You don't need indicators. I mean, yes, I have some moving averages on my chart, but they're just usually as a reference point to me, to help, just kind of tell where price has been and when, and everything. So anyway, but yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much. Again, please like, subscribe, and feel free to use my code Blues Trades at the prop firms, and it'll get you a nice discount. So, all right, thanks for tuning in. I will catch you guys on Sunday night. All right, take care.